Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Capitol Wasteland. Today we're going to be checking out Chaste Acres Dairy Farm. This is a somewhat large farm in the northeast corner of the map, kind of just south of Dave's Republic and near the power station that we checked out in the previous episode. So I want to point out the sunset here is very beautiful, and I think you could easily mistake this view for Fallout New Vegas. Just kind of has that western feel. Obviously it's a farmstead. So I just thought it was really beautiful and wanted to showcase this view. Now, this farmstead features a lot of raiders, and there's also some Brahmin in it. However, in my encounter, the Brahmin got killed or they ran away, so there were no Brahmin. But that is possible to find some Brahmin here, so possibly there's still some milk production still going on here, albeit by raiders. And as you can see here, here's the location of Chaste Acres Dairy Farm in the northeast corner of the map. Now, there are quite a few raiders here. However, sometimes these raiders will get into a fight with scorpions or protectrons or even deathclaws. And during that encounter, because of the direction those enemies come from, it can set off a chain reaction like so. Now, this is really good for the player character, of course, as it will probably take out some of the raiders, as it did for me, and it'll also probably kill whatever the raiders are fighting, which for me was a Protectron. After this, I only had a couple of raiders left, so it was just a matter of taking them out. Using my new hunting rifle, I was able to kill them pretty easily. However, one of the raiders actually took quite a bit of shots, this one here, but eventually we were able to get rid of him. And there is some minor loot here, and on the raiders, obviously, they drop ammunition and stuff, which for me was pretty good because I'm pretty low on supplies currently on this playthrough. Now, there's also a raider at the top of this grain or wheat silo, so you definitely want to take him out as he has some kind of rifle and he can deal a lot of damage. But using my scoped 44, I was able to kill him without taking too many hits, but he did get a couple of good hits on me. Now, in the main room of the barn, we can find a mutilated body. There's also a lawnmower in the corner. At the top is another mutilated body, and another mutilated body, and then we also have a copy of Grognak the Barbarian, so some pretty good loot. Then over here, we can see the remains of that major explosion from earlier in the video. Obviously, a lot of destruction and death took place here, but there's nothing really over here as far as loot, and in the destroyed house, there is nothing. Now, within the silo, we can actually find some somewhat decent loot. There is a copy of Pigilism Illustrated, and that's about it. But also, you can climb to the top of this silo, but I couldn't see the ladder because it was dark. But you can go loot that raider at the top. And then over here, we just have another mutilated body dangling from a windmill. Then on the other side of this hill to the southwest, we can actually find another outhouse. However, for whatever reason, these outhouses are irradiated and they're in pools of radioactive water. Also, there is a Yaoguai over here, so be very careful when you come here because there can be very dangerous enemies, of course. But it was pretty easy to kill because I just used this rock as a defense, and he didn't even manage to get a hit on me, thankfully, because I don't have much health. Now, sometimes the raiders will actually fight that Yaoguai. Over here in this bathtub, we can find a Nuka-Cola Quantum along with some locked ammunition boxes. Now, this outhouse is somewhat interesting. I've never seen anything like it in Fallout. It's constructed or protected by cars. I have no clue how they got these cars put together like that, but it kind of reminded me of a car Stonehenge. And I don't know why it's radioactive, and there's also a dead body in one of the pools of water. Nearby, there is a very tall mountain or hill, more or less, and you can get some very beautiful views of the surrounding area. However, there is nothing up there of note. Overall, I thought this location was pretty cool. Also, we can see that perhaps Brahmin milk is somewhat valuable in the nuclear apocalypse. Now, I did want to also mention in Fallout 76, you can actually milk Brahmin, and drinking their milk restores a small amount of health and reduces radiation. I thought this was very interesting. I would just imagine that Brahmin milk would increase radiation, but hey, what do I know? Alright guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for the next location, please drop them in the comment section below. And as always, until next time.